too. Yeah, so that's good. Oh, boy. Ready? I'm waiting on you. Let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and we're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order on Monday, June 8th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Okay. For the record, all members of council are here and are present today, and we have members of staff. We have Chief Lehman, Corey, welcome back, Chief Holbrick, and Mr. Mejia. And then we also have Katie here. Do you want to introduce Mr. Haley? Since it's Katie's first day,
Oh, first meeting.
first council meeting.
We are pleased to introduce our new city attorney,
Clerk.
clerk. Okay. And she's a clerk in training, so CIT is what we call them. But she just finished a week long at PLU for clerk's training. She actually started here May 27th. And we're real grateful to have Katie Emery.
Welcome, Katie.
And bless your heart for coming to Sunnyside.
Okay, council, y'all have had some time to review the agenda. It's a big one. Hector also brought us a nice big stack regarding one of the agenda items. As you all see the agenda, could I entertain a motion for approval?
So move.
Got a motion by Deputy Mayor Hart. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Okay. Hearing none. Counselor Chavez?
Yes.
Counselor Sasaki?
Yes.
Counselor Vasquez?
Yes.
Counselor Dolan?
Yes.
Counselor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
I too vote yes, motion carries. Is there anybody here for invocation? Okay, go ahead and address the podium. And if you're able to, please stand up. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father in heaven, we are thankful that we can be gathered today here at City Council, and we ask you to bless the members of our City Council, that they will be able to make the right decisions. We are thankful for our new city clerk, that please bless her as she's learning to serve. And we appreciate all the work that our city people do, and we ask you especially to bless our police officers and our firemen, that they will be able to serve well and be safe. And we're also grateful that they were able to be at our high school graduation and kept everyone safe there too. And we are grateful for the hardworking people in our community. And we ask you to bless everyone. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Mr. Haley, I didn't see a proclamation in the agenda. Is there one that was submitted that I'm not aware of? Or do we bypass? It's just a holder?
Just a
Placeholder?
placeholder, yes, for
Placeholder.
invocation.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. Moving on to public comments. Mr. Mejia, would you mind handing over the public comment sign-up sheet? Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and just to reiterate, this is public comment pertaining to any agenda item, and I have Sis Kennard on the list. Yeah, so just a note, citizens are advised that they must limit their remarks to the council to 3 minutes, and council may refer items to staff to review and or research for presentation at a future meeting. Go ahead, Ms. Kennard.
Thank you. Sis Kennard, Sunnyside, Washington. First thing I want to do is apologize if I am not completely informed on the issues that I am going to speak to. I apologize for that. And there is nothing worse than a half-educated person except for an uneducated person. But I am here to speak on the item that has to relate to the $5,000 donation to the Lions. I have a keen respect for the Lions. I was trying to reflect back in my life, and I think that the Lions probably helped me get a pair of glasses when I was in first grade. But I am going to pray that you as council people will think real seriously about whether or not $5,000 to the Lions is a good decision to make based on the fact that it was not in the budget. This issue comes up every single year, and yet it was not considered important enough when we were making the budget to budget for it. So I'm praying that you will look at it with that kind of concern in mind, because if we continue approving things that are not in the budget, we are getting nowhere fast. Second item I wanted to discuss was actually the attendance of the conference. Again, I might not be completely informed about that, but I have to say it's a non-budgeted item, which kind of concerns me because it is an annual conference. So, where was it when we were looking at the budget to consider people attending that? I actually went online to see if I could see what benefit, what we were going to see from the classes that people were going to be attending. And you can't see that unless you register. So I have no idea what these attendees are going to be learning, but I hope that when they get back, it is worthy of the $2,500 unbudgeted dollars that we're going to spend on that. And lastly, I need some education on what the waste disposal fees that are in preparation of our 250-year anniversary at the rate of $20,000 is. I tried to look it up to see what that was going to accomplish for us, And I'm not sure still what that is going to do, but $20,000 is a lot of money. And if I need to run to the garbage dump for you, I'll do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next on the list is Vicky Ripley.
Vicky Ripley, Sunnyside. I'm here to talk about the fireworks money. Last year, when I was on council, at the last minute, the fireworks money was brought up and Kelly Koski found it from somewhere. We were in a deficit last year, but somehow the money was found, $5,000 for the fireworks and for Lions Club. And the same thing this year. We're in a deficit. And last year, we told the Lions Club that they need to see about maybe doing some something to try to get the money other than Sunnyside. I really don't think it's fair. I mean, I love the fireworks, but you know, it doesn't stop the people from the town doing their own fireworks. I mean, it's one or the other, both, all of them. And the Miss Sunnyside Court, we don't give them any money. Make them go through LTAC, and I don't know what the answer to this is, but I think there needs to be fundraisers for the fireworks. I know that this year is very important. It's the 250 year. And is that all I have for this one? Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. So moving into item for claim vouchers, approved claim voucher numbers 114202 through 114286 and wire transfers is listed for $95,849.47 for the period ending on June 5th, 2026. Council, is there any item you would want to pull? Councilor Galvan.
As council knows, Finance Subcommittee has been meeting every Monday at 3:30 p.m. We meet for about an hour, maybe sometimes 2 hours. We have been going through these check registries. The only question that came up for these past 2 weeks was on transaction 5327, City of Grandview, for about $1,200, the use of a Vector truck and operator. That was just a question that the Finance Subcommittee, I'll give the Hector an opportunity to answer if you have that answer.
Yes, sir. So we had a big water leak that we were using ours, and we also needed a second one to keep up with the water that was coming out. So I made the call and asked if they were available. They stated yes. I was under the impression we had a mutual agreement until I received the bill, and now I know they're not going to be my first call. So I know I have been in talks with Prosser. I have a good repetition with Danny Cavazos, the sewer treatment supervisor down there, and he stated many times to me, "You call me if you need me."
Okay. Well, it sounds like it was for a good cause, for a water leak, you say? Okay. Besides that, I have nothing to report. Nothing else to report.
Okay.
So with that, we would make a motion to then approve the claim vouchers as reported. After we have looked at it, we found the answer to the question we did have. So I'd make a motion then to approve the claim vouchers.
No, second.
Yep. Got a motion by Deputy Mayor, second by Councilor Galvan. Any discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Chavez?
Yes.
Councilor Sati?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Dolman?
Yes.
Councilor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
A 2 vote yes, motion carries. Okay, moving into the active agenda. Item A is a closed record public hearing to consider the Planning Commission's recommendation on the planned unit development and preliminary plat of Ruiz Estates. So conduct the closed record public hearing and approve the resolution. So this is a closed public record hearing, and I believe the Planning Commission had an open record public hearing on May 12th, 2026. And the Planning Commission, along with Mr. Mejia, has brought forward some items for consideration. I'll go ahead and pass this over to Mr. Haley. If there's anything else we need to add.
Hector, do you want to, excuse me, Hector, do you want to finalize any comments there?
I actually have Mr. Calhoun who's with me, who's been helping me out with the planning meeting and the planning committee. So he'll be able to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you. Council, any questions?
Just have something to ask. It was a big pack of paper that you gave us, so.
I did, and it was on the packet itself, but 102 pages plus everything else. It was
It was kind of the kitchen sink.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So
And this particular is for the development of the Ruiz Estates.
yes, ma'am.
Could you just refresh your memory? I think it says here, but would you refresh your memories where that is located?
So this one is the plan. This one, Corey, can you help me out? 3130 Outlook Road.
Just west of Schoon.
Yes.
Oh, okay, 3130.
South.
For the record, would you introduce yourself just so
Yes.
that we, okay.
Joseph Calhoun, HLA.
It's Outlook Road, 3130.
Outlook Road.
So the applicant is proposing to subdivide the estates to 3 parcels into 12 lots in the B2 zoning district. The project proposed 17 residential units, consist of single-family, duplex, and triplexes. All proposed lots are consistent with the minimum subdivision standards in a B2 zone. Public water and sewer services will be provided by the extension of the existing City of Sunnyside utilities.
Thank you for that refresher. I was just going to ask. Go ahead, Councilor Galvan.
So question on these developments, where SVID is available, do we have these developments or require something to allow, I guess, the residents to use it to provide access to it? Or is it be like this normal SVID where people pay for it and they just don't have access to?
Joseph, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they will have access to the irrigation water, correct?
I do know as part of the civil plan developments that the applicant was in close contact with SVID on their requirements.
Okay, thank you.
Councilors, any other questions?
Okay, so what you're seeking from us tonight is our approval on this, or is
Correct.
this just a closed
The-
hearing?
Yes, this is before.
Seeking approval via resolution, so that will authorize approval of the plan unit development and preliminary plat and establish the timeline in which all of the improvements need to be made in order to bring back the final plat to create the lots.
And that's all included in here. All that information is in our packet.
Correct.
Our 200 pages packet here. It's understandable. I'm not trying to make light of it. I know that we have to dot all the i's and cross all the t's when we make these. I know we've had several discussions here at the council table regarding the Ruiz Estates. So,
Yes, ma'am.
and we're not adding any new information tonight. This is all
Yep.
okay. Excuse me?
Subtracted one.
Oh. We've already done
Yes.
that though, right? In a previous.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I have.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Council, any other questions?
No, I guess, yeah, I do.
Go ahead.
So I guess I'm looking at this location and it is pretty close to a stop sign, right when you take a right. It's close to a stop sign. Did you guys do any studies based on like traffic, especially on that road? Because I know that a lot of people will be going pretty fast right there.
This project is, I want to say it's a little over 200 feet from the stop sign. So it's in a little ways from the corner. It's not right
Okay.
at the corner. The applicant is proposing to do frontage improvements along Outlook and along the new interior road. But as far as I'm aware, there was no additional traffic considerations warranted as a result of the units put in. It's just not a large enough project to warrant something new at that stop sign.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Go ahead.
I have another question. The question on there was a section here where it says that the applicant must retain stormwater on site. Does that mean that they're not going to be connected to the stormwater system?
So all stormwater per state law for any development has to be retained on site within the development. So the part of the civil plans for the actual road construction, sidewalks, that will all be, the stormwater will be maintained within the right of way. And then as the individual lots get developed, they'll have to maintain that stormwater on their own property.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Go ahead.
So about the traffic study, there doesn't need to be a traffic study at that intersection?
That's not what I said. I said that this project didn't warrant the level of a traffic study because it didn't trigger that. So
What is the trigger, if you don't mind me asking?
10 p.m. peak hour trips is the typical trigger for a traffic study.
With the amount of houses in there, you don't think that triggers it?
It doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever-
You need a larger development to
Have you ever
trigger.
been to that intersection for any length of time?
No, but that's not part of the analysis. It's a number of lots that doesn't trigger. Additional development that's occurring further west is working on a traffic study that it does include that, but that's not part of this discussion. Do you want to speak to it?
Would you mind
Yeah.
coming up to the podium, please?
And just your name.
My name's Shane O'Neill, Clover Planning, Pasco, Washington. I was just in the peanut gallery here saying that a traffic memo was provided as part of this application, but there's a distinction there between a traffic memo and a full-blown traffic impact analysis. And I believe that traffic memo, which predated my involvement in the project, resulted in the recommendation for no right-of-way improvements, like Joseph's saying. But I would have to access that traffic memo to give you any details from it. I don't have it with me. But he's generally right that they assign a standard trip rate per dwelling unit, and this being 17 dwelling units didn't trigger the need for a full-blown traffic impact analysis or significant intersection improvements like a signal.
Surprised. I'll have to look into that a little more. I assumed there was going to be a traffic study to it, and I didn't.
Well, there was
Hearing
some,
that there isn't one is kind of surprising me.
there was some level of traffic study done. It just wasn't a full-blown traffic impact analysis.
Ellick Road and Schoon, the intersection there is a nightmare. And I think adding another 17 units might,
I think that intersection is on your CIP for a roundabout, if I'm not mistaken.
that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that was reviewed during this staff analysis and Hector was involved. There may be a contribution or traffic fee, which would contribute to the construction of the roundabout, but not require this development to pay for the entire
no.
thing.
No, that's not big enough for that, but
Kind of like a concurrency contribution.
Yeah. Counselor Chavez had his hand up just right before.
So I was looking at I was looking at your map and we looked like we're only having one entrance, correct?
That's correct.
So how far are we from the highway to the other side?
I don't have that measurement handy.
Are we going to be straight up to the highway?
Oh, the south side of the
Yes.
development, I believe it's
Separate parcel.
one, there's a parcel that separates it from Yakima Valley Highway.
But there will be no entrances from that side, correct?
Correct, there will not be. just only to the north onto Outlook.
Mhm.
Deputy Mayor?
No, I heard you say something about money to the city. Is that what you said? Because we're always happy to have that. I
Right.
think it was in to do with the traffic thing, but understand that is set back from the intersection itself, the Outlook Schoon Road. So you said something about 200 feet?
About 200 feet away
Yeah.
from the intersection.
So, and that's the entrance onto Outlook Road is where, okay. All right. And as you mentioned, that is also the area that we will be putting a roundabout. In fact, I'm not sure if Mr. Calhoun knows about that roundabout. If you could just bring us up to date on that. I know that
I know it's in the
down-
process.
in
I'm
the
not sure what the
process.
timing is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that'll be at first in YVH.
Yeah, so and that will also be another slowdown of traffic in that area, which is what the roundabouts are for, calming of traffic. Is that not correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any further questions?
Mm.
Go ahead.
Not a question, but just aside from that, the 3D rendering designs look pretty nice. So something modern, something new. I think Sunnyside we really just need more homes. We need more properties just coming in, being developed. And so this is a good step forward.
Yeah, it provides a good visual of what the
Mhm.
project will look like.
Very nice.
Do we know the average costs for the homes?
I do not know the average cost. I want to say more of kind of middle income.
Any other questions? Comments? Hearing none, what is the desire of council?
Where's that resolution at?
Resolution should have been with,
Just want to use the correct language there. Can you kind of,
you can go off recommendation is to conduct a
well,
closed record public hearing and approve the resolution for,
can you bring that
yes.
forward, please? Oh, like
Let's see if there's a cover page.
It's Judy here.
Be on the second page,
The resolution?
third
And
actually.
there's the thing, okay. So I make a motion then to accept the resolution to the City Council of Sunnyside to adopting the Planning Commission's recommendation and approving the planned unit development and preliminary plat of the Riz Estates.
Got a motion by Deputy Mayor. Is there a second?
And authorize the mayor to sign the resolution.
Excuse me, and authorize the mayor, the city manager to sign
Oh, it's the mayor.
the mayor, it is the mayor. Too many M's in my life this morning or afternoon.
Really get those written down.
Yeah, right. So then and authorize the city mayor to sign the resolution. I guess we need a second then.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Counselor Dolan. Is there discussion? Hearing no further discussion. Counselor Chavez?
Yes.
Counselor Sasati?
Yes.
Counselor Vasquez?
Yes.
Counselor Dolan?
Yes.
Counselor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
I too vote yes, motion carries. Okay, and moving into item B, authorized purchase of ambulance. Authorize the interim city manager to sign purchase agreement with PSS LC for ambulance. Mr. Haley.
Cameron, would you please address that item?
Absolutely. Good evening, Mayor and Council. What I have before you is a sales agreement with a Sourcewell contract associated with it for the purchase of an ambulance. This is part of our apparatus replacement program or plan we've had in place for the last couple of years. I've had the opportunity to discuss it and present it to the Public Safety Subcommittee and get some feedback from them. And now I bring it forth to you, and I won't reread the whole cover sheet for you, but I stand for any questions. I should say too, just for clarity on that as well. This is a budgeted item funds were put away in our capital expense for the year. So there's no requirement of any sort of amendment. And then just for some clarity on fund usage, you guys are aware we apply for GEMT funding. I got to say that slow every year. And those funds are what we utilize to purchase these ambulance. So those funds have been accruing since 2018. We've used them to purchase ambulance prior, and our intent is to continue with that program.
Thank you, Chief Halbrecht. Any initial questions? Go ahead, Councilor Dolan.
Was there any monies used by, or given to the fire department by Public Works Department? You didn't have any money, because I don't remember you mentioning that in the meeting. And then I was told that fire department was using these other funds for that, so I thought I'd ask you.
Public Works?
Didn't sound right either.
No, I can say
I
it.
think it relates to the retrofit of the.
Oh, yeah, there's no Public Works funds associated with that one either.
Everything was out of your,
That is correct, sir.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one budget, so.
Yep. Now, if Public Works wants to help pitch in, I mean, I'll
See,
take
I'm
some.
Good, thank you.
Oh, I know what your question is, sir, and that's the next item. It's not funding, but now I know what you're talking about.
Go ahead, Councilor Vasquez.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to emphasize on the part of this has already been budgeted, so it's nothing that's should come to surprise. If anything, it's just something that they're wanting us to know, be aware of, and that way that everything, the contracts can be all signed by the city manager.
Thank you. Go ahead, Councilor Chavez.
We had discussed this at our safety meeting, and he did talk about it. The only thing is he wanted to be transparent to what we're looking at, something we discussed.
And that will be the next item as well.
Yeah.
So,
One question, Chief. So the delivery of this ambulance would be 10 to 12 months?
So that's correct. So one thing too, and I appreciate you bringing it up because one thing I want to address is that if you notice on the purchase agreement, there is a prepayment discount. So because we have the funds set aside, the funds are there. It is in our best interest to pay up front. What that does, that gives us about a $7,800 discount. And two, that puts us, we are able to acquire a chassis almost immediately, which cuts the build time substantially. So if you look in that same agreement, their average kind of their disclaimer is, 26 months, which is unfortunately standard. But in this case, because of the prepayment and the acquisition of the chassis earlier on, we're looking at anywhere between 8 to 12 months.
Oh, nice.
And it looks like longer, like 20 to 36 months, if not paid off in full.
Mhm.
So smart move.
We try.
Any other questions? Can I entertain a motion?
Find it again.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I move to authorize this interim city manager to sign a purchase agreement with the ambulance with PSS LC.
Now second.
Got a motion by Councilor Chavez and seconded by Councilor Vasquez. Is there further discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Chavez?
Yes.
Councilor Sasaki?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Dolan?
Yes.
Councilor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
I too vote yes. Motion carries.
Thank you. We'll see you at the push-in ceremony.
Moving on to item C, authorize expense for outfitting a fire department command vehicle. Authorize the fire chief to make payment to FCI Custom Police Vehicles for the outfitting of fire department command vehicle per the provided estimate. Mr. Haley?
Cameron, again, would you address this item?
Yes. What we have here is a purchase agreement or quote for the upfitting of an existing vehicle that we are in possession of. This is through the same company that police department utilizes for the upfitting of their vehicles. And just for clarifying what upfitting refers to is the equipment of lights, siren, emergency equipment, everything it needs to be a functioning fire department emergency vehicle. So to answer Councilor Dolan's question, this normally when we acquire command vehicles, the purchase and the upfit of that is done in one bulk transaction. We do it congruently. The acquisition of this vehicle was different than we normally acquire vehicles. So it was, this is even before Mr. Mejia's time, but it was originally purchased through the enterprise lease agreement by a Public Works Department. There was some, I guess, miscommunication, misunderstanding. We took delivery of the vehicle. Public Works wasn't in a position to receive that vehicle. So it was reassigned to the fire department because we were in need of one anyway. So we took receipt of that. And so we've waited now till we're able to put it in the budget for the upfit, and which leads us to where we are now. And as Councilor Vasquez mentioned, this the outfit is in the budget. It has its own separate line item. It is all accounted for. So again, no requirement for any sort of amendment whatsoever.
Thank you. Is there any initial questions? Go ahead, Councilor Dolan.
Who would be put in this vehicle to drive it and to where?
So this would be assigned to our second assistant chief position, which we are working on filling. It is a budgeted position. It's a position we've had before. We've just opted not to fill it immediately with kind of our financial situation, trying to do some salary savings on that position. So it would be assigned to that individual, and it would be the same as for myself and the current assistant chief to respond to emergencies as a chief officer in command presence.
Any other questions? Go ahead, Councilor Galvan.
And just to clarify for the public, right, the 9.2% sales tax we're paying is because it's North Bend, they have a higher sales tax?
That is correct, sir.
Any other questions? Can I entertain a motion?
Yeah, I'll move to authorize the fire chief to make payment to FCI Custom Police Vehicles for the outfitting of the fire department command vehicle per the provided estimate.
I'll second. I'll go ahead and second.
Okay, Councilor Chavez. Motion by Councilor Vasquez, seconded by Councilor Chavez. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. Councilor Chavez?
Yes.
Councilor Sasaki?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Dolan?
Yes.
Councilor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
A 2 vote yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. Item D, authorizing a sole source purchase of sewer pumps from WECI. Approve a resolution allowing the purchase of 2 pumps from WECI. Mr. Haley.
Hector, would you explain why this is a sole source resolution?
Yes, sir. So this is a sole source that has to be done through due to WECI is where our sewer have been getting their pumps prior to my coming on. If we were to go out and find another pump, we would have to change obviously the electrical part. So that's why I, under Mr. Haley's direction, he asked me to go through a sole source, which I am doing a purchase for the 2 sewer pumps that need to be replaced. As you guys know, or may not know, in sewer lifts stations, there's usually 2 pumps. Right now, one of these sewer lifts, there's only 1 pump, and it's done its time. It's non-rebuildable. The other one is rebuildable. That's why we need to purchase this new one, because they both only have 1 pump right now. So one is going to get replaced, and hopefully at a later time we'll be able to budget to get the second one in there. The other one is we need to buy a pump to set it in so we can take that old one out, get it rebuilt, and then set it back in. So I have a multiple question.
What sewer lift is the one that's malfunctioning or starting to fail?
That is the Ajo one. So, and that's obviously a pump that needs to get, it's one of our pits that are collecting quite a bit of sewer.
Go ahead, Councilor Dolan.
So you've already checked ahead on parts for that to be able to compatibility on your pumps?
Yes, I've directed Hugo and Mr. Lorenzo Garza to get them, make sure we're underneath the heads and make sure everything is correct.
Counselor Chavez, I think, had his hand up, and then I'll come to you, Counselor Galvan.
So I see we're needing two of them, correct?
Yes, sir.
So what's the difference? Why are we getting one for 16 and the other one for 21?
Because one of them is a lot smaller than the other one. So I believe the Ajo one's a 10 horse and then the other one's like a 5-horse pump. So it's in a smaller pit that usually gets a lot of our cleans out for the clarifier. So we can clean it out, get the sludge out, get it so it's clean, actually somewhat clean water when we start cleaning out the clarifier. So that is why they're two different ones.
And both of these are going to be on one spot?
No, they'll be at two different spots. The one that needs to be clarified will be at the wastewater treatment plant. The bigger one will be at the Ajo pit that's 30 feet into the ground.
Counselor Galvan, and then I'll come to you, Counselor Sasati.
Like I understand that one of these pumps can be rebuilt. Is that being done by the same company? And if so, do we have somewhat an idea what that cost is?
Yes. So once we pull it out, our first thing is to troubleshoot it and make sure the impeller itself is not bad. The reason we can't pull it out now is because it's the only one we have in there. If we get all stop production, then we're not going to be able to keep on. We're afraid that something may happen to that pump where we're not going to be able to put it back in. So that's our initial idea, is to get the new one, put it in, take out the old one, take a look at it. If we're able to repair it and just buy an impeller, then we're just ahead of that game of pricing it out to anybody else that can fix it.
And if not, then you have to send it out for.
Correct. And I will get an estimate, obviously, because I want to make sure that I have enough in the budget. And obviously, I want to, if I have to make an amendment, then I'd rather do it now instead of later.
Okay. Thank you.
Go ahead, Counselor Sasati.
It was kind of similar to Council Galvan's question, but do you know what the average lifespan of these pumps are?
It varies. Obviously, we know that sewer itself is very corroded. Our treatment plant is only able to take residential sewer, so that's a good thing because we're not taking all the commercial, which is more corrosive. So a life expectancy of it, you're looking 10, 12 years. Last time anybody's checked that pump, it's been longer. What I was told from Mr. Garza. So we're pushing, and it's been already taken out once to get rebuilt and put back in. So we're pushing its lifespan, and that's why we're trying to catch it early, so we don't have to spend a whole big amount of money to replace it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Counselor Dolan.
We don't have anybody that can rebuild those pumps in our team down there?
No, sir. No. I've asked, we do have an employee that used to work for OCI, but he is not a sewer collection pump person. He only worked on water wells. If to get it replaced, I know I've asked Mr. Morales to check with Lower Valley Machine, which is nearby. I believe WECI was also another one. The OCI used to be Davis Pumps.
Yes.
OVS, so yes.
Yes.
OVS, correct.
They used to love
So.
work for us.
And we are open to sending it out and getting a quote from everybody and see what it's gonna take. We just don't want to, obviously,
There's a couple in Prosser too that you could check with.
the one in Prosser.
There's two in Prosser, I believe.
I thought,
Unless they closed up.
yeah,
Oh, they did?
yes, I thought the one did because he passed away and his son didn't take it over, so. But yes, we can definitely get those out and see if we can get a lower quote on getting it repaired.
Counselor Vasquez, I think.
Yeah, so I see the total amount of expenditure for this project is 37,665.
Correct.
Is money set aside for this to be done in your guys'
So we
budget?
do have money on our repair and supply. But like I said, it's a big amount, and I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention. I brought it up last week at the workshop. But this is the resolution to us to move ahead.
Go ahead.
And there's enough set aside to cover this?
Correct.
Okay.
Go ahead, Counselor Dolan.
I'd like to approve a resolution allowing the purchase of the 2 pumps from WECI.
I'll second.
Got a motion by Counselor Dolan, seconded by Counselor Galvan. Any further questions? Hearing none. Counselor Chavez?
Yes.
Counselor Sisati?
Yes.
Counselor Vasquez?
Yes.
Counselor Dolan?
Yes.
Counselor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
I too vote yes, motion carries. Okay, moving on to item E, Water System Capacity Analysis Task Order number 26119. Approve a resolution to allow the interim city manager to execute task order number 26119 for the Water System Capacity Analysis Project. Mr. Haley.
Thanks, you're on roll.
Yes, sir. The city is currently authorized to have 6,086 connections. It's a Group A water system as identified in the Department of Health approval of our 2024 water system plan. The calculation is based upon the capacity of our city's various wells, reservoirs, piping distribution system, and water rights, and the corresponding water demand for the city's customer. In the water system plan evaluates water demand through the end of 2022, at which the city had 5,456 active service connections. Therefore, the city had 630 additional new connections available in 2022. In the past 4 years, the city has continued to grow, including approval of new housing developments that are expected to use majority of these surplus connections. To prevent an insurance or moratorium on growth, additional connections will be required as identified in the water system plan. The city will need to drill additional wells, construct another water storage reservoir to increase the service capacity of the water system. The water system plan calculates the number of allowable connections based upon water consumptions of the city's single-family residential user category, which is used to establish the equivalent residential unit, ERU. Non-residential uses include water system leaks are analyzed in terms of ERUs, which are then compared to system capacity to determine how many new connections are available. City staff have reviewed the water consumption data and estimated water system leakage in 2022 and the water demand on a per capita basis declined. Leakage represents a lower percentage of total water system production than projected in the water system plan. Therefore, while capacity of the water system has not changed, the number of connections that could be served from the same capacity actually is higher than current establishment by the water system plan staff. Our city staff have discussed with DOH, and this is allowable number of connections can be revised, and the new data is summarized in a letter report with the jurisdiction for why additional connections should be allowed. So all this funding for the work and the task is provided from local funds. If you can answer any questions,
Okay.
Please ask.
Any questions for Mr. Mejia? Go ahead, Counselor Dolan.
So I'm reading this, at the end of this, it says funding for the work in this task order is provided from local funds. And then it says, with the approval of city council, work would begin immediately. Is the work just the analysis?
Correct.
So you're not talking about building a well with the approval of this resolution?
No, sir. No, not one bit. That would be a whole different task.
Another question I have for you, Hector, would be, we talked about well 10 and one other a while back. Has there been any progress on well 10?
Yes, sir. So we actually have, I believe Hugo has sent out water samples to make sure that we were correct that there is no high sulfur in that water. Then we will work towards to get it reconnected. Obviously, like I stated before, that is an emergency well. If hopefully DOH is not listening, but if they're not connected, we are not having it in its proper position because we do not have it ready to be as an emergency well. There'll be additional piping that would need to be added.
Who determines whether it's an emergency well? I thought it was just a matter of getting all your chlorine systems up and running on that well and.
No, on the comprehensive plan right now, it is designated as an emergency well.
Who was that done by? Do you know?
The comprehension plan was done in 2022.
Shuttleworth. What was Shuttle?
Pardon?
Yeah, didn't Shuttleworth do that comprehensive plan? Or are you talking about HLA there?
No, so I don't know Shuttleworth.
That doesn't matter. He was before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Covered that with him. I was on the
But
comprehensive.
anyway, that's okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So yes, we are.
Excuse me, that was.
No. So yes, right now when we looked over the comprehension plan that was done, it is designated as an emergency well. So
I think it's Counselor, am I missing somebody? Counselor Vasquez, did you have your hand up? Go ahead and then I'll come to you, Counselor Galvan.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a part here, it says, I had it. So city staff have been pursuing funding opportunities to fund the design and construction of these needed improvements. However, it is unlikely that these improvements will be funded, designed, and constructed quickly enough to avoid approaching the maximum system connection capacity. So I'm assuming this is why you're requesting this, because it's not going to be done in time by the time it's needed, because we need it right now.
correct.
However, right here, I just had a question because you guys are pursuing funding. From where have you guys been pursuing it, and why is it unlikely that we won't be receiving funds?
No, so I guess we have 2.5 million for a well that we've already established that we have. It takes about roughly 8 to 10 mil to get it up and going. That 2.5 mil is just to drill the well out. That is not for any construction of the building, electrical, the SCADA system, the chlorine, everything. I've in talks with Department of Health, Andy Cervantes, who's the representative that oversees this region. He stated to myself and Miss Ray when she was working with HLA that it's not a well that we need, it's a storage. Storage is what we need, and that's why he highly advised us to get a water tower. A water tower is about $12 million. We don't have $12 million. We are looking for funding right now. Working with Mr. Colton, HLA, Department of Health. We are actively looking for funding so they can help, so we can get this water tower up. We do have a piece of land that is the city's that we've looked at, and it is the most ideal out of all the 3 areas that were proposed. I know one land that they wanted to do it as would be over by the Superman water tower. By the time we get all the transitions, pipes, mains, everything connected, we're going to be way over budget. The other one was over by Carnation, which is our lowest point, and we don't need it at lowest point. We need it up on the hill where our third option was, and that was the most likable place to be put. So,
Okay,
did that
I just
answer?
wanted some clarity.
Okay,
You kind of said like it's unlikely that we will, then it's.
It will be like, we are working hard, and we are, it's nothing that we're gonna snap of our fingers and get it tomorrow. It's gonna take work, and we're working for it. That's one of my main goals, is to make sure we're able to get that water storage, because it's not only just for us, it's for the fire department. We got to give them water to turn off the fire. So.
Perfect, and especially because Sunnyside's growing, we're getting more homes.
Correct.
So
Yes.
we need to be at least ready for the future and working towards there.
And we are working on some of the our parks, or actually two of our parks, I believe, are on city water, and we're doing our best to switch them over to irrigation so we can take back some of those ERE points at some of the parks.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Councilor Galvan.
So Hector, this is pretty much just being proactive, right? If we want to continue to see Sunnyside grow, seeing this development, I know for a while there, a lot of developments were going to other cities around us.
Correct.
So we can build, like you said, we can build a storage facility in a year or two. It's going to take some planning. And in order for us to continue the growth, you need this analysis
Correct.
to continue.
And this analysis will help us to be able to allow more development to come in until we are able to get that storage. You're looking, our town is 4 to 5 years behind schedule. This should have been in the projects a while back, along with this well. So like I said, I'm being proactive to make sure that essentially we keep on developing and not get the moratorium where we have to ask people to stop.
Building, yeah.
Go ahead, Councilor Dolan.
Would it be possible to get some kind of a presentation on 10 and what it's going to take to, I just feel like that's our easiest way to add to our water needs right now.
Mhm.
And, you know, I don't recall the emergencies thing, but we could probably take a look at that too. And I mean, what's good is an emergency well if it doesn't work?
Correct. And that's why I stated, I hope that DOH, because if they are listening, it's not going to be a good thing for us because they're under the impression that we are set up for it to be kick on at an emergency. So, but I can definitely get you a presentation. If you would like, I can do it at the next workshop, or I can do my best to get it to the next council meeting.
We can do it at the Public Works Subcommittee too.
We can do that there too, sir, if you would like. Yep. I will get something going to get that taken care of.
So just to follow up, and you may have explained it already, but what are we using for emergency storage right now?
For emergency storage,
Yeah.
nothing. Both the Skyline and the Grandview Tower are only two towers that we have.
Those are the storage towers.
Those are the storage tanks. This is the emergency, I'm sorry, is the well. If
We have a well.
in a bad situation, if we needed to kick on all our wells that we have on our water system plan, that is one that we have designated as an emergency kick on that we will be able to add to our water system. But we're not.
But there's a big but there.
Yes.
Well, let's fix that.
I will definitely get that taken care of.
Let's get that done.
Any other questions? Okay, hearing none. What is the desire of council?
Madam Mayor.
Go ahead.
Approve the resolution to allow the interim city manager to execute task order 2611-9 for the water system capacity analysis project.
Is there a second?
Second.
Got a motion by Deputy Mayor, seconded by Councilor Dolan. Further discussion? Hearing none at this point. Councilor Chavez?
Yes.
Councilor Cesati?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Dolan?
Yes.
Councilor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
I too vote yes, motion carries. Moving on to F. WWTP heater and AC unit needs to be replaced. Asking if council would allow us to move forward with the firm to add mini split systems at the WWTP. So seeking an approval to proceed with one of the firms that submitted bids for the project of adding mini split systems at the wastewater treatment plant. Yep.
Hector Mia show.
Yes, sir. So, like I stated at the last workshop, the wastewater treatment plant has not had AC or heat within the last 4 years. It's either really, really hot or really, really cold. Obviously, we have a lab there that is sanctioned for us to do our testing. Within that lab, it needs to be clean. We cannot have any verified flies, insects, or anything like that. Our 2 operators or 3 operators right now are working great at it, keeping it clean, making sure our testing gets done. In the wintertime, they are bundled beyond bundled, but obviously it's still cold.
Okay. Are you,
I wasn't, but
Well,
let's just let him wrap up and then I'll come to you. Thank you, Mr. Dolan. Go ahead.
okay. In the summertime, it's hot. We got to have the windows open or the doors open because there's no windows that open there. And then we're allowing flies to come in. So with that, we did go out for bids. We had 2 that submitted. So you can ask any questions.
Counselor Dolan.
I'd like to move to approve a resolution showing the award, allowing the award of a contract for the installation of mini split HVAC units to Desert Air Technologies LLC.
And authorize the mayor to sign the resolution.
And authorize the mayor to sign the resolution. It doesn't have it on there, but this is,
Yeah, they don't.
that works. Yeah.
There's a motion on the table. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Oh, gosh, that was a complete tie.
was that
That was,
Miss?
okay. Seconded by Counselor Sasati. Is there a discussion? Ooh, okay, there's a tie again. I'll go ahead and start at the end there. Go ahead, Counselor Chavez.
So you said you had, how many bids? And your bid was the lowest was a 38,217.
Yes, sir.
Who are your bids from?
So the lowest bid was from, and I added it to the council packet. One was from.
Desert Air Technologies
Yes,
and McDonald, correct?
yes, Desert Air Technologies, and then.
Have you ever worked with them before?
I have not. The system that's in there right now, I believe was installed by Apollo. The bids when I asked my supervisor to get bids, he reached out to people, Apollo, Desert Technicals, and McDonald's. We reached out to. I'm so sorry.
We didn't get a deadline.
Oh.
It was 6 days ago. We
Oh.
called, but Joe was working with people out of Alcoa to get you guys a fair price.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, and once that comes in, if that's, I can bring it to the council, and if that's the route they would like to go, then I'd be more than happy to bring it back. But,
Depending, huh?
yeah,
Was that going to be the 3rd bid?
that was gonna be like 4 bids.
4 bids.
4 bids that we reached out to.
So should we wait and look for the other bids instead of doing the motion?
It's not a, it's just a.
There's
resolution.
already a motion, so it's either you vote yes or you vote no, but
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, let me come down the line. I think it was Counselor Galvan.
I remember, thank you, sorry.
So Hector, we haven't had AC or heat in the past 4 years. You said that we have a unit in there right now. What is the unit in there now, a mini split or something that could be repaired?
No, so when we had another firm that came down to look at it, everything would have to be replaced. Apparently, the AC unit has been replaced at one time, then the heater broke. Then they looked into getting the heater. It was going to cost an ungodly amount of money to get that heater replaced. And then the AC broke again, and to have them keep on coming back for the service charge was just outrageous. And then recently, in 2025, we did look at that again, and they stated that everything would need to be updated to the control panel, the heater, the AC units, and we're like, well, you might as well just say we're going to build a new building, but
So price wise, it makes sense to do the mini split.
mini splits, correct.
Okay.
Go ahead, Counselor Dolan.
I'd like to amend my motion, if you don't mind. I didn't realize there were just 2, and I'd like to get approve a resolution allowing the award of a contract for the installation of mini split HVAC units with the acceptance of 3 or more contract.
So
I'm not sure you can do that because you've already published the bid amounts. And so you can't say, hey, can somebody beat this bid? You know?
Oh, it's already done? I didn't know.
Yeah, right. So I think, it was missed that there was a deadline on one of the bids, but we got two. And so we have to choose between those two. That's legally what I'm required to do. Sorry.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't see that on there anywhere. Anyway, I retract that.
So there's been a motion, there's been a second, there's discussion.
Discussion.
Is there any other discussion? Go ahead.
Yeah. So I just have a question. So there's two bids here, and were both of these requested for the same amount of mini splits?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
9.
Okay, because 9 in total?
Yes.
On both, for
Yes.
both? Okay, because I was kind of I was reading them both, and I found like 9 indoor and then 2 outdoor for the first one, and then the second one, I just saw 8.
No, they should
the
have been 9 for
bidding.
both bids.
Okay, sounds good. And if not, I just wanted to just clarify that, because if not, then it's not fair.
No,
Just
no,
wanted it to
totally
be-
understandable. Yep. No, and that's why we made sure that we conveyed that to everybody. So
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments? Go ahead, Counselor Dolan.
Having been through there many times in the last few months, I think it's a real necessity in that building, and especially with the lab in there.
Counselor Galvan, did you have your hand up?
No.
No? Okay. Okay. Any further questions? Okay, hearing none. Since there's been a motion and there's been a second, I'll go ahead and initiate a roll call. Go ahead, Counselor Chavez,
Yes.
Counselor Sisati,
Yes.
Counselor Vasquez,
I'll do no for now.
Counselor Dolan,
Yes.
Counselor Galvan,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor.
Yes.
I too vote yes, motion carries.
And just a comment if I can. Yeah, I just voted no just because I wanted to give some more time to wait for the others and then to bring forth another motion. But that's the only reason why. Nothing against,
take it.
just for on the record, just for clarity and just to share that I am happy that this is getting installed.
I appreciate everything.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much.
That's what I tried to do.
Just to comment also, just
We could have done it.
from what I understood, because we threw out numbers, we had to, it's a yes and no vote, right? Okay. I just wanted to make sure I understood correctly too. Okay, thank you.
Correctly.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
And just as, Madam Mayor, I'm just curious then, once you have the bid with the Desert Technology folks, and then, so how soon will they get that put in place? How long will it take to install and,
To get it installed and everything.
right?
I don't have a timeline on that, but I could get one and I can actually update
Yeah,
the
just
council
if you
with that
wouldn't
timeline.
mind. I'm just thinking of the comfort level of the workers.
Oh, most definitely. It is getting warmer out there. It's not getting any cooler, so I can definitely get an updated timeline tomorrow or yes,
Well, when you get it, would you send it out to us so we know?
most definitely.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
And one more thing. If I can bring this up, just because there's some confusion on the table. If I'm correct, if this motion were to fail, then we could have brought this motion up again and with the new bids, with the 4 bids, and then we could have brought it back to the table. Is that correct?
No,
If the motion failed today, and then we could have brought it back.
you can't,
Another meeting.
you can't not accept a proposal of the two unless you have a good reason not to accept it, and not a low enough price is not a reason to not accept it. So essentially, you're just, if this motion failed, it's because you are not wanting air conditioning. You can't say the price isn't good enough because we didn't get 3 bids. You can't do that. But if the motion failed, it would mean you don't want air conditioning.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
Sorry. Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Okay, moving on to
And more, Tom.
G.
Oh, there was something else.
Okay, I just want to make sure because we have wrapped up discussion around this item.
Oh, it's still open.
No?
No, it's closed since we already, the vote,
That was just-
yeah.
that was-
Yeah, just.
Yeah, it was just a point for clarification, so I allowed that. We're gonna go ahead and move
I had a
on.
comment real quick, that was asked by, Deputy Mayor, how long it was gonna take, and usually something like that will be about a week. The longest thing that takes is getting the units here, and installation's only about a week, and they'd have it in. They did it in 2 days over at the museum, those two mini splits.
Yes,
over
you
there,
are
so-
correct. My apologies.
Well,
So,
that's
yeah.
Yeah. So it'll happen fast once they get here. It's just getting them purchased and in the door.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
for
you,
the
Counselor Dolan.
clarification.
All right, moving on to item G, approving an SRO contract with Sunnyside School District, allowing the interim city manager to sign the SRO contract with the Sunnyside School District through August 31st, 2028. Mr. Haley.
Rob, would you address this issue, please?
Yeah, so this is a agreement with the school district for the SRO program. Right now, the current agreement is expired. And this just memorializes our relationship with them over the last 26 years for an SRO to be in the school. It outlines what they're responsible to pay for and how complaints and things like that are handled, what the two sides' responsibilities are within the agreement. Stand for any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Chief Lehman? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I noticed there's not an amount of expenditures here. Is there amount budgeted for the SRO officer?
There is, and my face sheet didn't make it in there for some reason, but currently that's a funded police officer position, and we are with our relationship with the school, they do work in the school, and the school pays for half of that employee to include their salary, benefits, overtime, vehicle expenses, training, and equipment. The school is responsible for half of all that.
Okay.
That's Article looks like 11 compensation.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Counselor Chavez.
So do we have to renew this every year?
It's a 3-year agreement. And the previous agreement is expired. We've been operating under this 50% agreement because that's what it's always been. But yeah, every 3 years we need to have a new agreement just in case anything changes, although there hasn't really been any changes over time.
Will the same SRO also follow through with the following year?
So the SRO is a position that when it's open, we put it out within the department, and there's a testing process where the school and some of our administration staff sit in on interviews. The SRO is selected, and then that person is usually in there for 3 to 5 years because there is some specialized training that it does cost the city half and the school district half. And then there's relationships that are built within the school with administration, so we try to keep them in there for a period of time rather than constantly rotating them.
Any other questions for Chief Lehman? Hearing none. Oh, go ahead, Counselor Chavez.
I make a motion to allow the interim city manager to sign the SRO contract with Sunnyside School District through August 31 of 2028.
Got a motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, I'll initiate roll call. Counselor Chavez?
Yes.
Counselor Sasaki?
Yes.
Counselor Vasquez?
Yes.
Counselor Dolan?
Yes.
Counselor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
Me too vote yes, motion carries.
And just real quick, that it already has been approved by school board. So it went there a couple weeks ago. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item H, 4th of July donations to Lions Club. Mr. Haley.
Thank you, Mayor. As a part of the 4th of July celebration and this year's 250th anniversary of our country, I'm sorry, my agenda bill says 25th, it's 250th. The Sunnyside Lions Club is planning an event a little bit more substantial for community citizens than they've done in the past. They are requesting a donation of $5,000 to help support the total cost of the celebration in the park.
Any questions, Council? Go ahead, Councilor Galvan.
So it says a little bit more substantial. Can you elaborate what that means? I guess Deputy Mayor.
I was going to ask, who would you like to address that to? Me?
Yeah.
I would like a representative of the Lions Club to define what more substantial is.
Well, and I just want to correct for the record, last year, the city of Sunnyside contributed $3,000 to the 4th of July celebration. And that was at the vote of the council. I want to say that I recuse myself from that vote, and I will do that again tonight. But when I'm talking about substantial, we are planning to have, not only are we going to have the pool open in the afternoon down at Central Park, we're going to have for all families and children. That has been, for that, we've gotten donations from the community to help support the pool being open. We're going to be having a reenactment of the signing of the Declaration of Independence at the gazebo, 5 o'clock on the afternoon of 4th of July. Later in the evening, then we will have vendors down at the Clemson football field at the high school on 16th. We will also have, we are going to be honoring as many military folks, veterans who are in town on the week on Friday to come down and be honored at the 4th of July. We'll have speaker, of course, we'll have music, we'll have games. We're planning lots of games for the kids. I think the big things that we're really trying to do is really focus on the 250 anniversary and the celebration of the Declaration of Independence and how that brought about democracy that we live by here. We're not living under a king rule. We are living under a democracy. So that's the big thing that we're going to be doing. We're going to have lots of speeches, lots of, anybody who's running for office, we still have room for people who might want to bring down their vendor booths for that. I know that there was one year we had lots and lots of candidates down there, and that's always welcome. I don't know if the museum is planning on being open that day, but I think that the museum is planning on being open as one of the 250 activities on, I believe, June 14th. Does that sound right? Oh, it's going to be open 3 days. Okay, for the record, would you say which 3 days those are? Of June? Oh, 4th of July. So the museum, our museum, which has been being beautified every weekend and people going in and working on that. And I see they have a nice I want to say it's a garage fixture, but it's not. It's that little shed gizmo. And for people to, or whatever we're going to put underneath that, I forget. I know there's some fencing ideas.
An
Ice cream,
wagon.
the brand new ice cream wagon that's part of the, going to be part of the display is going to be.
But it was made in 1930
Wasn't made 250 years ago, is what you said. Okay,
It's-
no, but it has been restored to some.
by the Christian
By the
school.
Christian school kids. And so that'll be open. So the weekend of 4th of July, the Sunnyside Museum, Historic Museum is going to be open and people can take a look at that ice cream thing. And maybe one of the vendors that have ice cream and those little refrigerator things can park down there and give out ice cream, or the dairy women. So we will have the dairy women at the 4th of July down on the field. We'll have, actually, we're real lucky this year because we're going to have royalty from Azilla, Granger, Toppenish, Sunnyside, plus the new candidates who are running for Miss Sunnyside. They're all going to be down there helping with face painting and games and helping take and hand out flowers and whatever kind of goodies we have. So we are busy taking donations from the community for this. We have received a donation from the county commissioners who have also supported us now for the past 5 years. And the city of Sunnyside has been supporting the 4th of July of fireworks show since the very first one we had in Sunnyside, which I believe was in 1996 or 95. It's one of those. Cameron has the actual number. My memory's a little foggy there. 96, thank you. So, and the city has been very, very generous with that. Most years, they've been able to give us the full amount, whatever it was that we asked for. We are really excited to do it. We're the only ones. Sunnyside, prior to 1996, did not have, we were the only city in the valley that did not have a fireworks display. The second largest city in the Yakima Valley, and we had no fireworks display. But when the Lions got women in the club, we got busy and we got fireworks. I just want to throw a shout out to the 3 or 4 or 5 women who at that time were Lions members. And I want to say I want to thank Karen Vasquez and Mayor Vicky, Councilman Vasquez and the mayor here for being members of the Sunnyside Lion Clubs and being supportive of helping with the games and it really is a big deal to see the kids eat watermelon. I don't know if you've been down there to watch the kids eat the watermelon, eat the hot dogs. We had a firefighter about killed himself eating hot dogs one year. He's not come back for reasons unknown. But we've done that, and I really hope that the council can see its way. And if I remember correctly, where we were finding the money for the 4th of July has been in the past, and hopefully into the future, it was a line item under the contingency fund. And why it was left out, contingency, the contingency fund. And that was where that money came from. I think with the problems with our finance directors over the last year and this year, that's probably, they didn't realize that. And there was oversight on the part of the council as far as the budget goes, but we believe that there's money in the contingency fund.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I think there's a couple questions. Counselor Vasquez, and then I'll go to you, Counselor Chavez.
I have a few questions, I like maybe about 5, but I'll start with the first one. So for the record, and just to answer Ms. Kennard's question, this $5,000 is not budgeted for. Is that correct?
As I said, I believe that it's in the contingency fund.
Right, it's not budgeted under a line item for,
It's not budgeted. And yes, the contingency fund, however, if what I recall correctly, there's no policy even enforced for that fund on how to use that money. So that's something that we will definitely have to work on. And second was going to be, we definitely, because this is an annual event and this is a really good event for the community. I love it personally. However, I do believe that moving forward, we should start taking this amount under consideration to actually budget for year after year coming, like moving forward. Just a statement. And then another question was going to be for the $5,000, is that full amount solely used for fireworks?
Yes.
Okay.
I can tell you unequivocally that $5,000 that's donated by the city goes directly for fireworks. Absolutely.
Perfect. And so is $5,000 the only amount that's used on fireworks, or is there money set aside that the Lions also?
Set aside.
Okay. About how much in total?
About 4,000. Our total budget by the time we end up is 12,000.
Okay.
And that's from donations from the vendors and all the other folks. Plus whatever donations we get from private pockets and different businesses. Yes.
Okay. And that's it. Some of them.
Thank you.
Answered.
We did that?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Counselor Chavez?
With this, will an agenda be put out like online to kind of give the community an overview of what's going to happen that weekend?
Yes, and in fact, today I was talking with the city manager. We were talking about the flyer that's going to be going out. And I think we have it cleared to go in a couple of places.
right on our reader board and of course, website and Facebook pages. Yeah.
And of course, in the newspaper as well. And I do have, just say one more. Is there somebody else have another
Does
question?
anybody else have a question before? Yes, there's a couple questions. Go ahead, Counselor Galvan, and then Dolan.
So I might be wrong, but weren't we just talking about the contingency plan and how we're not going to touch it until we have some sort of policy in place?
Yeah.
Didn't we just talk about that not too long ago? Another thing is, I'm all for celebration of the 4th of July and everything, Ms. Deputy Mayor, but this keeps coming up year after year. You shouldn't put it on staff. Maybe you should bring it up during the budget to add it. You shouldn't leave it up to staff to remember stuff like this. Another thing is, what other fundraising besides taking donations have the Lions Club done throughout the year? I mean, it would be pretty awesome to see the Lions Club get out there and do more fundraising.
Well, we are a small club. We have, I think, membership of about, I want to say maybe 23, and 5 or 6 are active. For every meeting. But we do things. We've had dinners, we've catered ourselves, we've hired ourselves out as caterers for weddings. We make a pretty good buck at that. We do, let me see, we also sell things at the event. We've had dinners, we've had sold hot dogs and things at the fireworks and show itself. We've added the vendors, and so now with the vendors, we get about 15 to 20 vendors out there, and that helps quite a lot with raising money. So yeah, understanding that we're not eligible for LTAC money. The fireworks is not eligible for fireworks money because of the 50-mile heads and beds ruling that comes down from the state for how you use lodging taxes. So we don't qualify for that, but we do our very best. We get a lot of donations from just like businesses, Johnson & Johnson Fruit, PAPO, the hospital. We get donations from the Valley, the mini varietal brewery. We get money from them. We get money, little pots of monies from different, just regular people. We did get just found out we're getting a $500 donation for the Sunnyside, I think, where is it called? Pacific RNG. They're giving us $500 this year. So all of that helps. It all helps. But we always have a little bit of money kind of poked away so that we have money to start up for you have to pay down a little bit, like a 10% thing on your fireworks, but when you order them, make sure you get your fireworks and that sort of thing. But we do lots of different, it sounds like there's a little, but by the time we get done, we end up with about $12,000 to put on the show, pay all our bills, pay the janitor, that's holiday play because it's 4th of July, use of the field, and the money that we get from the city and from the county commissioner, all that goes for fireworks. And I just want to say too, when we're doing publicity, and I know Cameron, and I've talked with Cameron and we talked with the city manager about reminding people that there's a rule about permits for fireworks. And last year, I think we changed it so that instead of having it the whole month of June and the whole month of July, it's just the one day from noon till midnight or something. But I just wanted to point that out.
Okay, there's a couple other hands. Counselor Dolan, and then I'll go to Counselor Vasquez.
Since you brought that up, I'm curious about, was there not a ban put on fireworks within the city limits?
Indeed, that was one of the reasons that we were able to get the money from the city for it originally was because that was also the same year, 96 was the same year that the city decided to ban fireworks within city limits.
Because of the fires that were started by fireworks in the
Exactly.
city limits.
Exactly. And those were illegal fireworks that were being fired off inside the city.
I've also been shared with several constituents that what's the chances of getting some of the people that are outside of city limits and putting on their own shows, involve some of them and putting on the one show so that wouldn't be an expense quite as high.
Probably not very high on the rating scale of them doing that.
Well,
Yeah.
might be a good fundraiser though to
Well,
pursue.
yes or no. I'm not sure about that, but it's something we'll put in our thinking cap.
Counselor Vasquez?
Question, does the Lions Club pay the school district?
Yes, we do. We
fee
pay
to
for the
use-
janitor for the use of the
For the use of the field?
for the use of the field and for the use of the janitor, for the use of the sound system, for the use of the lights. It's a nice tidy bill. And use of the restrooms and the concession stand. We do pay for that.
Full price? Have you guys,
I don't know what other people pay. I just know that what our bill comes up to, not quite 600 every year.
I'm just curious because maybe we could even a Lion can talk to the school district, talk
We
about
do,
maybe
trust me.
donating,
Yeah, trust me,
bringing the price down because it's also for the community and
Yeah.
for the children.
yeah, and they show me their list of fees, like we have a list of fees. They show me the list of fees, so.
Okay.
But they're really good about it and they don't charge us for some things, but that's part of the package. And really, it's a good deal.
Yeah.
It's a really good deal.
That would be a good point of conversation, even just having somebody from the Lions Club go do
yeah.
public comment or reach out to the superintendent, figure out how that works in the future.
That is,
A little bit more equal,
yep.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Counselor Dolan. I was just making sure there's nobody else.
Well, so was I. I've been called by a lot of people lately and they want to know if we're going to be advertising the ban on social media and the radio and the TV and the newspapers, we're being asked a lot of, I've personally been asked a lot of questions about the ban because of people's houses starting on fire last year. And
I can clarify that
Can,
question if you'd like, Mayor.
Go ahead.
So just for clarity, what the council voted on last year was not an absolute ban. It was the consolidating or minimizing the number of days that fireworks or in hours that fireworks were legal to discharge within the city limits with a permit. So before, it was approximately 5 days. Does that sound right? Yeah, too many, is that what you said?
It was a week but it always was a month.
It was, and so what was decided upon by council this last year, because what we had to do in order to change or restrict the law greater than what the state allows, you have to provide 1 year notice. So the council voted on it June of last year, and what was voted on was to limit it to just the day of the 4th of July from 11 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. And then so to answer your question further, Deputy Mayor reached out to Mr. Haley. Mr. Haley reached out to us. The fire department has made a post that we put on our social media today. I'm working with Chief Lehman. They're going to be doing the same, and Mr. Mejia is working on posting it on the city's website.
excellent.
Thank you. Any other?
And the reader board, the reader board out at Walmart, I believe it's going to be out there. And I'm hoping that the
So-
ban one,
We have already done it at the fire department. It's also been on our LED board out there. I cannot speak on behalf of the one by the Walmart.
we're still looking, I think.
I think the reader board at Walmart is going to be announcing the event, not necessarily.
It's not about the ban.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did just send Mr. Kyle the Elfest and the flyer that Mr. Chief Cameron just sent to me for the reader board on Walmart.
Okay. Okay. Any other comments germane to the Lions Club receiving the funds?
So, yeah.
Go ahead, Councilor Vasquez.
I think personally, I think I would just, I do want the city to help, but I think I would bring it down to 3,000 personally.
Okay. Is that a motion?
Yeah, I'll move to bring this amount down to a total of 3,000. So I move to approve a contribution of $3,000 for the 4th of July celebration to the Sunnyside Lions Club in commemoration of our country's 250th anniversary.
Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Is there further discussion?
Just, yeah, so for the next budget season, just keep it in mind when we're discussing budget, and maybe not out of the contingency, maybe out of the fees that we collect for the permits. I mean, that's an idea there.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah,
even
we did.
if we're able to collect any citations, not sure how many citations we'll be able to collect this year, but hopefully we can definitely collect a lot for any of the violators out there.
That's a good idea.
Any other comments? Go ahead.
I just, can I just ask for another $500? I mean, to your motion, so it's 350, because
It's already been seconded.
I know, but I wanted to do it beforehand, but I wasn't fast enough. But I know you guys like to make amendments to the amendment, so. Yeah, I know, but if you can see your way, if anybody in the audience can see their way clear to give me another $500, I'll be happy to take it. So,
Well, we have to.
but we
on
have to
this
vote
motion.
on this motion.
We have to go ahead and vote on the motion. So if there's no further discussion, we can go ahead and move through this, and whatever council approves, or if they don't, then we can entertain a different one. Councilor Chavez?
Yes.
Councilor Sasaki?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Dolan?
Yes.
Councilor Galvan?
Yes.
I too vote yes for the good of the order, since you're recusing yourself from the vote, for the record. Okay.
Can I add something? I'd like to, if that's okay, I'd like to donate to it. So I'll donate 200 to it
Thank
to
you,
make up for it.
Chavez.
Me too.
And you're going 200 too? Okay, I just need another 100.
There's a
I got my
match. Oh my
500
goodness.
people
Okay.
going once, going twice.
Yeah, we're auctioning around. Okay.
I'm good for 100.
There you go. Thank you.
My birthday.
Oh, Gary.
On the 4th?
Oh, really? Okay.
And the party's for you.
And all those firecrackers are for you, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you, guys. And I appreciate your confidence in us. The Lions doing another bang up job. Bang up, get it?
Okay. All right. Moving on to item I, council member travel costs for AWC. Was this is yours, Mr. Haley?
Two new council members have qualified for a 50% reduction on their registration fees for the 2026 June 23rd through the 25th AWC Annual Conference. This is being Spokane. This request is to cover the accommodations and travel costs associated with attendance according to the city's travel policy. A third new council member has already registered on their own. So resources not to exceed $2,500 will be made available to all three of them.
Awesome.
I have
Mr. Chavez?
I have a comment. Mine has been covered completely, travel and all. So mine will be taken care of.
So the request or is to fund 3 or now 2 participants not to exceed a certain amount and they can only turn in expenses according to our travel policy. So it's not a windfall for other council members that Raymond has had his completely covered.
I'm gonna take care of my own travel cost for it. I'm traveling up there. The rest is covered.
I have a question. So you just said to cover the expenses. Are you speaking of like a reimbursement?
Right. So they have a reduction, 2 of them have reduction of their registration fee. So then there's also travel costs such as accommodations and so forth. Another council member, Dolan, has registered as well, but he's not at the 50% reduction. So his is at the full attendance price. And then he too has accommodations and travel costs. So the total for all 3, I put in there not to exceed $2,500. And now that's even better because George has got his, or Raymond's got his covered.
Did you have a comment?
Yeah.
I'll go to Galvan and then I'll come down to you.
I thought we had a line item for this particular stuff like this on council budget. Are you saying that we're over budget on that line item? Is that why we're doing this?
No, it's just that we haven't authorized these items to be specific to these individuals. So basically, I mean, I could just go ahead and pay this. It's within my procurement allowance.
I think if we have it in the budget, I mean, that'll be a good,
Yeah.
the best way to look at it.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So if Councilor Dolan wants to meet with me, I can give him the information because it's still open for another 2 days. I talked with them today and you can still sign up for it and it can be paid for at least half, so you don't have to pay the full price. Yep.
For new council members.
For Nuke, yeah.
I talked with them today. They said, so they told me they'd cover all my stuff. They sent me a confirmation and everything. And they told me that they do have a deadline. So they're extending, I think, 1 or 2 days. So I'll give you the information today. You can call them up, fill out all the paperwork, and hopefully they take care of everything for you too.
Call them tomorrow. Thank you.
Good deal.
I also called today, but as I just got the 50% off, that's as good as it got. So, but that's good.
I think that's the best.
Good.
It's good.
Excellent. You guys will have a great time.
So, Mr. Haley, do you want anybody who would like to attend the AWC to contact you so you help make any arrangements?
That's fine. If I can look into what George is talking about as far as the budget for attendance of these functions. It's probably a collective budget for all of the AWC functions, not just specifically the annual deals. So if we delete the budget item for the total amount, that prevents other things from attendance. But if some other council member wants to go and we have the budget for it, I'll make that possible as well.
Any other questions for Mr. Haley? Okay. All right.
I just, not a question, I just had a comment. I was told by our previous clerk that this was something that they arranged for us and not to worry about it. And that's why I didn't jump on doing that. I thought it was already done, but that was something, I don't know if that's a clerk thing or not, but that's what our previous clerk was doing, was registering all the new people for the AWC. It's a required conference, training basically, and the conference isn't required, it's just the training.
Go ahead, Councilor.
Yeah, and just to put out there from from our previous city clerk, she would she would reserve our hotels, right? Give us like a stipend for food and everything, just so you guys are aware.
I don't know if it was different for Councilor Chavez since, how does it work, Councilor Chavez?
So I talked to Riley Hatch. In fact, I was getting ready to send it over to you, Councilor Dolan. I talked with him. I had already submitted this a while back and did all of the paperwork and did everything. And I called to confirm. And when I spoke with him today, he said, all your stuff is done, all taken care of. You don't have to pay anything. So, and I just got the confirmation email that everything's taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and send you this so you can go ahead and call them up tomorrow and get your situated too, because they do have some openings still.
Works for me. Thank you much.
But for clarification, are they arranging your hotel? Because his question was about arrangement.
I don't have to take care of anything, just get there. That's it.
The way I did it in Vancouver when we went 2 years ago, I gave that information to Jackie. I was also covered. And what she did is she submitted for reimbursement to AWC. So the city put it on the account, on their credit card, and she just submitted for reimbursement.
We're kind of reversing that.
Yeah, a little. Okay, any other questions? Thank you for bringing this forward, Mr. Haley. We'll go ahead and move on to the final item on the agenda, which is waste disposal fees.
Do I understand that the motion has been approved?
Was there a motion? I didn't.
Oh, well, I'll make the,
There wasn't a recommendation on my agenda.
was it, should we need to have it as?
We do have to have a motion.
Okay, well, I'll make the motion to approve the expenditure of $2,500 for the AWC conference fees
I'll
for
second.
council members and council members.
Okay, a motion by Deputy Mayor, seconded by Councilor Vasquez. Further discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Chavez?
Yes.
Councilor Sasaki?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Dolan?
Yes.
Councilor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes. Yes.
I too vote yes. Motion carries. There we go. Okay, now moving into waste disposal fees.
Thank you, Mayor. As we've already talked about, our 250th anniversary celebration is coming up, July 4th. And the Public Works Department is seeking approval for obtaining waste containers, tipping fees, and personnel associated with the waste disposal for Saturday, June 22nd. I have since learned that might not be the best day. So the date could be determined at something that's a little bit more convenient. Citizens can use the facility for disposal of allowed waste that will be detailed at the program announcement. So you can only bring certain items for disposal. Tipping fees are associated to volume and weight, so they can only be estimated. So the total cost that we're estimating for waste disposal are not to exceed $20,000.
Okay. Any questions?
Um,
I think it was Counselor Vasquez first, and then I'll come to you.
So it says not to exceed $20,000. So more or less, do you have an amount more or less what it's going to be?
Well, we're estimating, 18,000, just as a kind of a target from what we've done in the past. Again, you are looking at the volume and weight of the container. So that's where it's only estimated. And so I'm putting it up there at a $20,000 level. It could be less than that, depending on how much it is disposed of and the weight and volume of that. Is that right, Hector?
Correct. Obviously, if we do move forward, we won't be taking batteries, tires, yard waste, because the yard waste needs to go to landfill with the Japanese beetle that we have here. So that's totally separate. This would be just garbage, no engine parts, appliances,
Demolition.
no demolition or anything like that. This is just strictly garbage. Yes, and then I did speak to Yakima Waste, and like I put it on my email, the last time that we did a clean up event, they did not charge for delivery fees or rental fees. And they're willing to honor that arrangement again if we decide to move forward.
Very good.
Great. Go, Counselor or Deputy Mayor, and then I'll.
Oh, one of the reasons that we probably don't want to have it on the 20th, the Saturday, the 20th, is because that's the same day as the Sunnyside Daybreak Rotary's Ale Fest. And it's not congenial to, complimentary of, because the ones at the pool and the others over at Centennial Square, it's not really a good look. Us taking out our trash while the other people are getting trashed. So I just kind of think that that's one of the reasons we might want to move it to the following weekend, if possible, the following Saturday.
And that's, I can reach out to them. I know they need a week in advance to prepare if we decide to move forward. And actually, I was going to get clarification if where's the last time they had it and where it was. Personally, not the pool is the best place because obviously we have all the kids there who go swimming and it's an all-day event. As I put on here, they would probably go from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Having the dumpsters there, children around, big, equipment. There is a little kid, they're going to run over there to see if they can get inside it or touch it. So it's up for discussion where we can have it. And I was going to reach out and see.
Okay. There was another, do you have a follow-up or?
I do have just a sort of a follow-up. Yeah, it's traditionally been held at earlier in April before the pool opened, so that wasn't a concern before. But since we're doing it later, that is a concern, and we probably should be looking at a different place to set up the cleaning, the dump off of the items. I agree with that. But but traditionally we've held it in April before spring barrel tasting.
Oh.
And but this year kind of got away from us.
Yes, ma'am.
Counselor Chavez.
I know that we've had it at the park in the before. I'm thinking outside the box. We're more than likely going to need to have it at Southdale Park. Or I was also thinking right by on what is that, First or where the Works Department watered that road, where the sewage department's at.
There's very many options. Just thinking out of the box, I was thinking maybe Munson's place out there since we own that property. It's open space. I'm not sure what the travel is for the trucks to get in and out. It's close to the freeway. And then obviously, there's going to be a lot of vehicles coming in and out. And like I said, it's open. So we're not blocking anybody. We can line everybody up so they can come in, one way out, or another way out. But yeah, I mean, there's options. Like I said, Munson was my idea, but it's nothing in stone. It was just something I was spitballing to myself.
Any other, go ahead, and then we'll come to you.
So in the past, when I helped, this last time, we used the ARPA money. What fund is this gonna be coming out of?
To my knowledge, it was going to come out of the garbage fund.
And is it a healthy fund? Because it's year after year, I keep hearing that that fund's being, funded by the general fund, so.
Correct. And to my acknowledgement, the prior finance director stated that that was a healthy fund. And then I was asked just to see what I can get together. This is what I put together. I'm more than happy to look to that fund prior, before we set a date. That way I can update the council and we can see if we can move forward.
Okay, go ahead.
When I was on the finance committee, back when Monica was on, I remember also hearing that our garbage fund was always a negative and it was always having to be balanced off by the general fund. So I don't know how possible it was to quickly, all of a sudden, it be healthy.
Is Monica online to answer that question?
No, but I asked Monica before we brought this before council and said, can we afford this? And I was told that we could. So that's what allowed me to move it forward. When it was originally proposed, we were kicking around the idea of having a cleanup day. And so I got from Hector the estimated cost and asked her, can we afford this? And I was told, yes, we could.
Counselor Dolan, sorry, I think I skipped you.
I just, being involved in some of the last ones too, it got out of hand with the appliances and it was right on the railroad tracks. And now the trains actually, they've repaired some of those tracks and trains actually go through there now. So the park in the past probably wouldn't work anymore. So his idea of Monson might be a good one to where we can have a lot of room to turn people around. And there's a lot of people involved when you do this. And so I'm kind of wondering, have we got volunteers?
I haven't approached it out to anybody because I want to get directed by the council which way we want to go. Do we have a set date? And then I was going to express it to my team and see if there's any volunteers that would like to get the overtime. That's why there's an overtime expenditure on there. What my thought was taking our highest wage public worker and at their overtime rate, and then it'll be 6 employees that I believe we would need out there. What I've seen and what I've done in the past, and that's where I got the amount from of there. But yeah, as letting everybody know, I haven't let anybody know because I want to get direction first.
A lot of directing traffic and people wanting to just push by. And it was a couple that I've been on, they were a little bit on the crazy side, but they look forward to it. It's well attended.
Yes, sir.
Counselor Galvan?
How soon can we lock in a date? Because it doesn't matter if we approve it, and usually people want to know with at least 2 weeks ahead of time so they can start cleaning up. So I think if anything, we should lock a date in pretty soon and announce it as soon as we do have that.
Yes, sir. As soon as I get direction on which date we want to go, I'll reach out to Yakima Waste and make sure they're able to help us out and make sure we have enough trucks there so the turnarounds get going.
The 20th seems pretty good. It's not this Saturday, but it's the next Saturday. And if it's conducted over at the Monson property, it'd be far away from the pool area where seems like there's some risks.
So on the proposal, it says June 22nd, Saturday.
That was the proposed date, what I was given.
Monday.
The original date
Monday.
was June 13th. But like I stated, by the time I got it to council, they need a week out. And a lot of people are going working and getting their stuff also. So if council would like, we can even push it to the following week to allow people to get 2 weeks, like you stated. Give them 2 weeks to prepare and get all their garbage picked up, and then that following Saturday, they go and have fun throwing their garbage away.
Yeah, maybe the 27th would work as well. That's the last Saturday of the month of
Right,
June.
Karen, the 22nd was a Scribner error, so it should have been the 20th, but yes.
Yes, because the 22nd is a Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's Scribner error. But the 27th is, again, the last Saturday of the month, so that would work just fine as
And I
far as.
think the 27th would be best just to give the community more of a heads up, like some more time, like as Counselor Godvine was sharing. And, just for a suggestion, Counselor Sasati and I were kind of saying, oh, maybe the community center would work. It's more in town still and not so far out. I'm just thinking about community and the members.
The problem with that one is there's only one way in, one way out. And with First Street being there and with the amount of people that's gonna be coming,
That's
it's gonna be not a headache for me, it'll be a headache for his crew and not that, Chief Lehman, and I really didn't want to be any congestion where there's gonna be congestion, so that's why Munson came off my head and, so,
I mean, and if we do, great. I think just give a lot of direction because a lot of community members don't know where that's at.
yes, ma'am.
Counselor Sati and then Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, I've never used the service. So didn't know how busy it gets, but it sounds like it. I mean, from what Dolan is saying, it gets a little crazy. So yeah, First Street's already really, really busy as it is. So yeah, the community center, the South Hill Park wouldn't work. So that's probably the best thing. And then to give people time, I think the 27th would probably be a better date because I'm busy on the 20th and I do want to use the service.
Not a problem. But yeah, so like I said, Munson was just a choice for me because it's out in the open. There's none around because obviously we know when people go dump their garbage, their little kids are running around and hopefully, they would keep an eye on them. But all in all, little kids like to be little kids. So we just need to make sure that all the containers are separated far enough where one vehicle can go on each side, throw the trash and exit out.
Okay, Deputy Mayor and then Counselor
Yeah,
Dolan.
I really like the idea of having it out, in the open and, you have a couple of ways in and out of there at the Munson Place property. And why not, since we still have ownership of it, why not go ahead and use it out there, use it for that? I think it solves a couple of different logistic
idea.
avenues, issues. That's it. That's all I got.
Just to keep this discussion fun, I think we ought to invite our county commissioners to a meeting in the future and propose that they jump in with us and do this because they took our disposal site up there, our transfer station away, and now we drive clear to the top of the hill in Zilla, which is now about almost an hour trip unless you're really fast at unloading.
And then ask them to
Maybe we can put that
volunteer.
on the flyer. Call it to the commissioners.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd be more than happy to reach out to them and
Come on down.
They mentioned putting in a transfer station between Sunnyside and Grandview. And that was going on 4 years now. So they're not moving very fast on it. And I'd be interested to know if they have any ideas for it yet. And if not, say, hey, come on, join the party. There's a lot of people that use that thing, the spring cleanup that we have.
correct.
Grandview does one.
And if they want, we got a piece of property that we can sell them.
Could I entertain a motion?
Anybody?
We'd have to change the date on it.
I move to authorize the city to contract for a waste disposal day on June 27th for the citizens of Sunnyside. Cost to include containers, tipping fees, and city personnel associated with the waste disposal not to exceed 20,000.
I second.
Motion by Counselor Galvan, seconded by Counselor Sasati. Is there further discussion? Okay, hearing none. Counselor Chavez?
Yes.
Counselor Sasati?
Yes.
Counselor Vasquez?
Yes.
Counselor
Yes.
Dolan?
Yes.
Counselor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
I too vote yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving into the final items here. 9, public comment for non-agenda items. Is there a list right behind you?
Names on
Oh, okay. It's okay.
We got that done in less than 2 hours.
Okay, no, citizens are advised that they must limit their remarks to the council to 3 minutes. Council may refer items to staff to review and/or research for presentation at a future meeting. First, name on our list is Vicky Ripley. Second is Britton Moore. Next Sharon Dolan?
Sharon Dolan, Sunnyside. So I was pleased to hear council being proactive on the 4th of July, the fireworks, because people are already having PTSD. The people up on the hill whose house caught on fire twice, and then the guy at the little park on the hill who came in with a bag of fireworks last year and dumped them down. But I really, really think council, you need to be proactive and get it in the paper, the local paper, and maybe on some radio stations that there is sort of a moratorium, and the police and the fire, because people are really reaching out.
Ms. Dolan, could you speak into the
Oh,
microphone?
Sorry. People are really reaching out. They just are tired of what's gone on the last couple years. So I think if you guys really can advertise somehow, that would be great. Thanks.
Thank you. Last on the list is Monica Niemeyer.
Monica Niemeyer, Sunnyside. First of all, I am glad that the fireworks were approved. I know it's something that brings together people like it. Maybe not the people whose houses get burned down twice, but yes, for overall, it is a cause for celebration. But at the same time, it's something that happens every year. And so we should know it's coming every year. So to hear Deputy Mayor Hart state that she was doing this since 1996, while it's a great thing, it got me even more puzzled about why we can't bring this up, why this can't be budgeted, why this can't be planned. I'm all for the event and the spirit of the community, but at the same time, we need to, I think you guys are trying to do, is respect the money of the community. And I know that's a hard balance for all of you. But at the same time, this is something that's budgeted. It could be planned. Waiting till the last minute is, and when you look at it from a perspective of Deputy Mayor is bringing it up on behalf of the Lions, and the Lions not bringing it up, and there's no information on the budget, such as the revenue brought in. So if it's been being done since 1996, a financial snapshot of the last 5 years would help the Lions not only show what they need, why they need it, and how much they've raised. So it's good information to have. So to come up last minute with nothing more than, can I have this and can I have $500 more? The optics are very bad. It's a perspective. And yes, Deputy Mayor Hart is right. This is very different than LTAC. But just like LTAC, you have those organizations that are asking for these small amounts of dollars and asking for the city to grant it to them. There is limited ways in that the LTAC dollars can be handed out, but the request is still there. And for LTAC, we asked them to fill out a form, that it be planned, that it even has a cutoff time. But yet we have a deputy mayor representing the Lions Club able to come in weeks beforehand. Again, it's nothing against Deputy Mayor. She's volunteered to speak, and that's great. Maybe having someone else from the Lions speaking, having a plan with a picture of those finances is just simply respect to council, respect to the organizations that need money, and respect to all of us taxpayers. I think it's a good thing. I'm just trying to find a healthy balance. That's my opinion. And then I don't know how much, we got 20 seconds. So I looked at the meeting the study session. Water, sewer, garbage for 2025 is already spent at 96%. So I'm not sure what that means or if that helped, but that's all the time I got. So thanks.
Okay, that concludes our public comment list. Okay, moving forward into item 10 on the agenda. Items from council members. Item A, mayor's appointments for boards and commissions. So we had gotten 2 applications in for Parks and Recs, for the Board of Parks and Recs. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. But the Rules Committee hadn't met. They are the only 2 applications that I have seen thus far. for any board and commission. And those are, I think it's a mother-daughter duo. It's Jayla Diaz, who's a high schooler at Sunnyside High School. And it seems, according to her application, she's heavily involved in sports. Her mother, Laura Rangel, who also submitted an application for the general position for the boards of Parks and Recs. And then I believe Jayla would be filling in the role for the youth position for Parks and Recs. Now, I still believe that there is one vacancy on the Board of Parks and Recs that is reserved for a school district employee. And I believe that would be the only vacancy from the last time that we conducted a small audit when we had that conversation with Councilor Vasquez about conducting audits. So these are the only two applications that have come before us. You all received them, so you've had a chance to look at them. This is the one time that I've reserved some time to actually propose them to the council and get them voted in to continue filling our boards. Go ahead.
So are you proposing we vote them in, or are you guys gonna meet in the rules committee?
We already reviewed.
You reviewed them?
Yeah,
Oh.
so we reviewed. So now we're bringing them forward. I didn't do it last time because we hadn't. Yeah, I think it was 2 meetings ago. Any questions, or what is the desire of council?
I have no objection in approving the two applicants for the Parks and Recs.
I agree there. I know personally, I know Jayla, she's done a lot for our community with our kids at the school. She can bring a lot to the table. Young lady she's got some skills with the way she carries herself. She is very athletic. She brings a lot to the community in regards to volunteering. So I'm really up to having her up there. Amazing kid.
Was that a second?
That's a second.
Okay. Further discussion, questions, comments? Okay, hearing none. I'll initiate a roll call. Councilor Chavez?
Yes.
Councilor Cesati?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Dolan?
Yes.
Councilor Galvan?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
A 2 vote yes, motion carries. And that is my only update for mayor's appointments for boards and commissions. There's still some vacancies, I believe, in the Planning Commission. One still on the board for Parks and Recs. We have the entire Community and Economic Development Commission. Councilor Vasquez, am I correct that all positions are up
Yes.
this month?
Yes.
And
They are already up.
yeah,
What committee?
Economic development?
economic development. Yeah, so we still have some vacancies. I will probably send Mr. Haley another email with an update of those so we can try to get those announced on the website if possible, so we can get those filled. And I know there's still conversation around like the terms. Councilor Vasquez brought that up last time, and some updating and amendments to some of the language around boards and commissions that we have to do work around. So, all right, I'll go ahead and take us into item B, other reports, announcement, under questions by council. I'll go ahead and start at the end with Councilor Chavez.
So I do have a question actually for Hector. So we went over to look at Fifth Street. We still don't have lights there, and it's been 2 months. So I've had a call from a community member that's been addressing it for a while, and there's actually 3 already that called me on that. So I would really like to get an update, and we need to get moving on that because that's been 2 months already.
Yes, sir. I will send another email. I believe I sent you the confirmation on the last one that it was submitted, but I will reach out to PP&L and see what I can do to get them to move along.
Yeah, because the last time we were there, the reason this came up was there was police activity there. a shooting at that area. There is that light, that whole street is just dark, dark, dark. I passed by there, and so I'm really pushing for this, that we can get that going.
Yes, sir. I will definitely call PPNL.
And nothing else.
Counselor Sasaki?
Nothing comes to mind. And you guys, just for the record, I don't have my glasses on today, so if you guys feel like I was giving you dirty looks, I wasn't. I forgot them.
Thank you. Counselor Vasquez?
Yes, so, if I, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe I heard that, our garbage has been from public comment, about like 96% used up. Was that, was it the, yeah, can she repeat that really quick? I just have a question based off that.
Go ahead.
Isn't that?
Thank you for giving me time. It is the screenshot that Monica did in the study session. And it's where it says 2025 budget position totals. And if I'm reading this, I thought you guys said the garbage fund. And that's line item 430, the garbage fund, and the revenue budgeted and then received. And then it states it's at 96%. If I'm reading that report correctly, I could be reading that incorrectly, but you can find it in the meetings. It was in your last, in that last study session meeting. That's just for reference. I
Okay.
don't know facts. Thank you.
Just wanted to clarify. Thank you for that. So with that being said, I would just want to hear a follow-up from Monica on this amount and the percentage if this is accurate. And I would just want council to be updated and aware from this fund.
Deputy Mayor just handed this over. It's 2026 year-to-date totals. Does anybody from the Finance Committee want to chime in on this?
I don't have it in front of me, so I'll let Deputy Mayor take the lead.
This is dated as of May 18th of this year. Garbage fund is revenues, $1,130,909.67. Revenues, expenditures, $1,005, $170.48 with a net left of $124,839.19. But we're only 6 months in, so we still get, we have there's some more money out there.
Okay.
So.
And then I also, thank you. I also just wanted to congratulate the class of 2026 here in Sunnyside. Congratulations to all the graduates. You guys did it, and just congratulations. I also, with that being said, I wanted to say good job, Sunnyside Police Department, because you guys were proactive during that graduation and you guys were able to finish something that you guys were looking for. So thank you for that. I also want to say great job, Sunnyside Fire Department. I was able to stop by Varietal this past week, and I was able to go in and purchase some shirts. I was looking for some sizes, and by the time I got there, which was pretty quick, right after like 5, they were already sold out on a few sizes. So I'm assuming it went very well for you. So good job out there. And if you have anything to say on that.
Oh, no, I just want to clarify, it was a Sunnyside Firefighters Foundation.
Oh, the foundation. Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't a department event. It was for the foundation, but it's for a great cause.
I saw all the firefighters there, and I was saying hi, and they all recognized me, and I was like, wait, what? Because I tend to be like, hey.
I'm sorry, I cut you off there. Yeah, the funds are raised to go back into different community programs that they're working on. It's a
Good.
relatively new foundation, so they're getting everything squared away, but it was a successful event for them, so.
Yes, they were all excited, and it went pretty well.
Good.
And I also wanted to share that we had our last and final community and economic and development meeting this past Tuesday. We had our last and final one, so we celebrated with some cupcakes and some finger food. And I was able to make a short and sweet reel from all the people who were in that board, and have it ready for the new commission that will be coming in. I also, just on the record, wanted to thank each and every one of them, which is Karen Vandegraff Erickson, thank you for your service. Brittany Baima, who was a previous chair, thank you for your service. Leticia Sandoval, Maria Chacon, Perla Cepeda, and Lori Gardner. It was many, many years that they served our city. So on the record, I just wanted to thank them for all their time, and every Tuesday, one Tuesday out of the month, that they were able to dedicate and show up. And while we were finishing up and wrapping that up, we were also discussing, I asked them, and Hector actually asked them and started the conversation in regards of where is it that you guys want this commission to work on, or what do you guys want to see come out of this? Because they also planted seeds into this vision and commission, and they did share that something that they would love to see would be to at least add one youth member on that board, just so we could also get some insight from the youth, and so that they can also learn the importance of community, the development on how to be business friendly within our community, and the importance of development and growing our community. And so that they can also bring their ideas, because like we know, each generation is different, and having a youth wouldn't hurt. Most boards already, or commissions already have one. And they actually said that having one on that one would be really good. So going back also to what you were talking about, Mayor, I actually would like to set a date. I believe it's probably on one of our upcoming workshops, but I wanted to set a date just so we can continue the conversation and make modifications. For example, adding a youth to this specific commission. And that would be it from me.
Thank you. And I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Counselor Dolan?
Well, we had a meeting the other day on Thursday, and I'd like to cover some of that stuff. I think it needs to be an executive session, though. Is that why, are we having an executive session?
I didn't see one on the agenda.
No, we haven't announced one yet, so I didn't get that announcement until just now, but we can have one upcoming if we want to address some issues.
This was on the agenda for tonight. It says executive shift.
Oh, it's just a placeholder.
Oh.
Usually you have to have an RCW that's associated with what that topic is.
I'm not sure of the topic yet. We had a public safety meeting, and so that's what I'll share is what we had a public safety meeting Thursday, and got a few things worked out, and I'm looking forward to the workshop and finding out about the issues that we covered, and we'll see how it goes then.
Okay.
You said public safety. I see some confused faces.
Public Works?
Public safety.
Public safety.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Public safety. And you sent me back a message that you called, but it was already over by the time.
Okay, yeah.
It was a day late, and so I was able to get a hold of these two.
Thursday?
Pardon?
Thursday, right?
Thursday.
Okay.
It was just a kind of a covering some of the issues that we were facing at the time.
Okay, thank you, Counselor Dolan. I do want to come back to your comment about the executive session. Do we need one?
I think it's better to have the discussion in executive session, so we can talk about that in the workshop also.
No, we can have an executive session.
At the next meeting.
At the next meeting.
At the next meeting.
22nd.
Okay. Counselor Galvan?
Nothing to report.
Deputy Mayor?
I have, trying to save my place here. I had a couple of things. I went over to the senior center today to take advantage of the toe clinic, which is a very good program. If you know any seniors who need help with their toes, there's a registered nurse there who specializes in that. And you just have to go in and ask her to get on her schedule. But one of the things I wanted to bring out is, I know that we're going to be talking about is it the 6-year tip on the city streets? Yes, okay. Well, this is an actual city street. It's actually a parking lot, city property, which needs to be paved to senior center. There's a lot of potholes in it. There's a lot of cracks. The sidewalk also needs to be fixed. It's kind of bumpy, and it's a trip hazards, a number of those. And if we could have some guys get over there and take a look and get back to us on how much it'll be I know we repave things all the time, so that's one that we have a lot of older people who go in there. I mean, it's busy like 5 days a week, and Saturday too, and Sunday on occasion. I mean, there's church services, card games, all kinds of things, quilting, bingo. lots of good stuff. Lunch is always good. So there's a lot of people going in and out of there, but there's the parking lot in the sidewalk needs to be looked at. So that was one of the things I wanted to have. I wanted to say also in remarks to whatever the screenshot was that was brought. There was should have been a one in the budget totals that came from Ms. Hofstetter for the garbage fund. And there was the amount budgeted, the amount spent, and that number was 96%. As of this year, however, according to Ms. Monica's, Ms. Hofstetter's reports for the 2026, the garbage was set at the 3 million that I mentioned earlier, and at only 41.7%. What they have spent so far to date as of June 1 is only 47% of the garbage fund. So that other number, the 96 percent usage, was for the entire year. So they almost used, it's a wash. It come out to be, they had budgeted 96%, they used 96%.
And you're halfway, so.
Yeah, so we're really in a good spot right now for what amount of money we have in the garbage fund. So it is healthy. I just wanted to point that out, that according to the numbers from our finance director.
Thank you for that update, Deputy Mayor Hart. I'll go ahead and just turn over to you for upcoming council meetings.
So coming up here, next Monday, we have another council meeting. There was a water outage, as we know, here over the weekend, and that was a topic that was reviewed with Public Works, and the causes for that. Questions were presented to myself to try to get the answers for council members. Hector has provided some answers to those questions. We could go over those now or save it for a little bit more detail at a later date. The good news is none of our health issues were affected. There was no risk to public health. We were within the tolerations for the Department of Health, so it didn't create any boiling water kind of conditions that typically involve water contamination. So the short answer of what happened is that we had a SCADA failure, which is an electronic monitoring of our systems, and we found out late manually that that alarm was not working, and so as a result, we had to manually start pumping systems, and it created a deficiency for some neighbors in their water system. That's the short answer.
So how are we fixing that? Because the last thing we want is some contamination. What took place now that wasn't there before?
So I instructed my water supervisor to have in place a weekend check pumper. Pumps weren't getting checked on weekends. So moving forward, we'll be checking pumps every day and making sure that this does not happen again. Because we'll have somebody on site in the morning doing the pumps checks, making sure that our levels are correct. And if there's any trouble that gets between there, then we're proactive and get it taken care of.
I ask a question to, I know there was a meeting, but I don't know all the technicalities around this. I was told that at 20 PSI per 4 feet, there would be enough water in the towers. And just somebody correct me if I'm wrong. So I know I saw some numbers come in via an email, and depending on those numbers, the people that were complaining should have had water pressure, but they didn't. So I don't know if those numbers are off, and if someone that was at the meeting can explain to me, because it was one of my questions here for Mr. Haley. who's throwing in wrong numbers, or were the numbers right, or am I also not understanding this correctly? Go ahead.
The formula for figuring out your PSI would be 1 foot of water would be equal to 0.4333. And when you do the math on that, whoever gave those numbers, that wasn't correct.
The 1 foot of water, yes, it's either that or 2.31.
That's your multiplier?
Yes, sir, for PSI.
Where did you get that?
From the testing that I took in DOH, in my certificate.
Well, I read up on what took place, and I don't know how someone living right next door to the water tower, if there's 21 PSI in there, you had 40, 60 feet of water. He had no water on any faucet in his house. He called me continuous throughout the day. I've got it all recorded. I haven't checked with any other people that were in that area, but it seems the water would have been sucked out of his house by the time it got down. Something to check into, because this cannot happen again.
And I promise you that it won't. I will do my best on my part to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again, working with the crew that I have.
Well, I didn't feel it was my place to call you. I called Pat, and somebody needed to be calling DOH if you're dropping down to those numbers and have somebody check. He called HLA. But the math that was handed over didn't work out. And it said 2 hours later. That's not true whatsoever, because he had no water until evening, 7 o'clock at night. And I told him, I said, well, when he first called me, I said, just call and see if they're flushing a system or something, because I didn't understand it 100% either. And I said, well, check with the city and see if they're flushing a line. And he was given the reason was that it's a citywide issue and you're working on it. That was at shortly before 7:30 in the morning. And I was in Spokane. I said, well, I can't really help you right now. I can make some phone calls. And so I did. And when we sat down and figured out the math on it, it didn't work out to what was given. And so my concern is, are we sure we're not at a boiling water point for some of those residents up there where the water would have been sucked out of their house as it went down the hill because you had no water for their house? I mean, if you're sitting there and you have no water in this house and the bottom of the tank's right here, it's hard one to figure out.
Yep. And the numbers I received were from my water supervisor. He said it never got below 25 PSI at the Skyline. So
I don't think that's correct.
Okay. And I
wouldn't the board, Pat, wouldn't the board have all that recorded? Because Mr. Bridges said that you can go into the Staten or the Scadia and it'll have that history right there.
It should, yeah. The difference is you're relying on technology.
Right.
SCADA is to introduce technology into monitoring our systems versus manual inspections. And SCADA can, break down technology. And so you have fallback positions, which is the manual inspections.
You have to manually inspect that tank.
Yeah. So based on the information that I was provided, 10 feet, 25 PSI, HLA and DOH said that is within limits and no problem.
You should add water then. And so maybe he was, there's something wrong there. Somewhere there's something wrong. And I said, well, we'll talk about it and we'll find out for you, but you should have water now and everything should be fine.
And I did
keep us informed.
And I did reach out to DOH. Andy Cervantes, our region rep.
Yeah, I read your emails.
Yeah, my email, correct. Good. So I did reach out to him. Like I said, I was given the numbers, what I was given. I passed that information along. The other thing we can do is replace that PSI and make sure it's correct. PSI gauges do go out. They get old. They get settlement in them. And
I know that well. Same thing on welding torches. Yeah. So you have to replace them every so often.
Correct. And I'd be more than happy to replace that, get them replaced. So we know we have good ones, new ones there, and we are updated on it. So
Well, and it was mentioned that if it gets to a certain situation, you have to cook your system before you're putting water back in there and dispersing it. So my concern was that because I was involved in one in Hermiston, Oregon, and it's not pretty.
Is that what you call the boil notice?
They call it cooking the system because you inject all your chlorine in there and
Oh, okay.
you have to get that water so it's usable again right away because bacteria can form very quickly.
Boiling notice is is from DOH.
Yeah, Mapton just did one.
Mapton did do one with their
yeah.
well because they were contaminated. They had high nitrates, high THCs on there, TTAs, thermal acronyms that are big words for even for myself. So that's where the boiling water comes from. As for cooking, correct. You are, if we needed to. At no time did we need to because our towers did not drain. We did not drain all our towers. They did have water in them. They did not have enough pressure, unfortunately, what you're stating for people that are across the street. At the time when I found out about it, I was on my way to work. I got called from a resident that does live on Upland. He stated to me that Saturday, it noticed that the water pressure was down. Sunday, pressure came back up. Monday, he went to shower, and the pressure was back down. That's when I got the phone call about 7-ish because I was taking my daughter. I called Mr. Morales right away. He goes, I'm on top of it. And we were working on it. He didn't tell me what time he came in until I found out later. He actually came in at 5:30 in the morning when he started getting phone calls. So with the citizen that called you, I never got a phone call like that. So please let them know they're more than welcome to call me. Excuse me?
I directed him to you from Spokane. I said, well, call down there and talk to Hector and find out what's going on.
Yeah, so I never got a phone call on my cell phone nor my office phone that I know of because I got there pretty quick. Corey and I were sitting, we get there about 7, well, he gets there a little early, but I get there about 7:15. I didn't see any messages, so I apologize if I didn't get back to them right away. But we did jump on it. Like I said, Mr. Haley reached out to HLA. I reached out to Department of Health. I called Mr. Cervantes and I emailed them to get clarification. And that's when I sent out the email to everyone. But again, I'm more than happy to change the PSI gauges to make sure that those PSI gauges work.
Well, and I think that probably what we probably want to look at is anything recorded that gives us an idea of what actually took place. Because I don't think there's an issue either because of the time frame, but there's possibly he wasn't even at home for some of that time, but he got home later in the afternoon and tried and no water pressure. And if there was 10 feet of water in there, that's 4 PSI.
And I did send the email that I have received from the mayor. I did send the digital copy that we did receive from our SCADA system to everybody that she involved in the email. So it should have went back out to everybody.
You're on it. I don't think you sent it to all of council, so I'll go ahead and forward it to.
Oh, I thought I put it on the reply all.
Okay.
I apologize.
I'd just be curious to see.
And I'd be more than happy to give you the copy I have right now.
No,
Yeah, he's on the email, but I'll forward it to everybody else. I think you were on the email and then Counselor Chavez was on the email. Since you're a part of the Public Works Subcommittee, I copied both of you. Yeah. I mean, I'm also just starting to understand this language. I'm not a subject matter in public works, but as far as I know, I mean, these things are very serious and we should deal with them in a very, very serious manner. Because if the numbers aren't right, allegedly, we could face a cross-contamination and if the numbers were low, we should have called for a boil notice. So we do have to be taking steps to make sure that we are taking care of the residents because water is very, very important. So I just it was my understanding that the numbers weren't adding up from my conversation with some subject matter experts. And So therefore, the water pressure, there was no way the water pressure would have been up to par at least. So it's just, I'm just trying to catch up, and hence my email. But before, I didn't know that y'all were conducting a meeting already. So this is very serious, and I just hope that we have set some guardrails in place to make sure that there's a lot more oversight on the watch over these systems. And I did ask for a report as well. He did send something, so I'll forward you well, you're already on it, but I'll forward it to everybody else. And Counselor Sasaki, I know you had your hand up for a little bit.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. I have a sibling who works in similar, department or whatever, and he said there should be an alert system or alarm system that if your water, the PSI or whatever starts dropping,
Correct.
Somebody should have been alerted. Did that fail or
Oh,
what
yes.
happened?
Come to find out, the sensor was not working properly. We've been reaching out to the representative that takes care of our SCADA. Plus, it's an old system. It's been needing updates for quite some time. Apparently, what I was told was that they've been asking for updates, and we have not received anything. So with that being said, last week I stated that some alarms were turned off. That is incorrect. That is untrue. I apologize. I misspoke. I misinterpreted what I was told. It was sensors that are going bad, that need to be fixed and to be updated. I want to say thank you to Mr. Wheats and Mr. Teliano, who did come out that night, and they did help out, and I appreciate their help. They helped out Mr. Garza and Mr. Morales, and my water supervisor, Mr. Morales, and Mr. Garza were out all night, and they worked the next day. They worked hard, and it was important. I kept up on them throughout the night, making sure I was updated. And so thank you to Mr. Wheats and Mr. Tiliano.
Thank you.
All right. Counselor Dolan, and then also
Mr. Wheats is
Haley.
he is a giant in that field, and he's very good. I also went to him and asked him what's going on, and something I wondered about and I was asked about was, what about you have one person with the codes on his phone, and the alarms are he's supposed to get the alarms on his phone. Is that something we should look at putting a backup on? Like you have another individual, like the Public Works director or whoever, to have the same thing on his phone so that we can have a backup, say on the weekends when nobody's really minding the store.
And I'd be more than happy to, my previous job, I had it on my phone. I checked it every so often, even when I was on vacation, make sure everything was updated. If you would like, the problem with that is it does come with a cost. And that's where, not that I'm saying there's any money that's above health and safety and all that. I just want to make sure council knows, I mean, because I am doing mine, obviously our budget with the straining that it is. I want to make sure that you guys do know it does come with a cost.
You just hit on the biggest point of this whole situation, and that's the health of everybody, because this can happen very quickly, and then
Correct.
we've got enough problems to deal with.
And like I said, I'd be more than happy to put it on my phone, and we got the one for the sewer too, so I can keep an eye on those two.
So the other part of my question is, and I guess Jeffette might be able to help me out there, but when someone no longer works for the city, are their codes taken out and everything deleted so that you can't have people that want, oh, I forgot my phone in there, I'm gonna walk back in and get my phone. And it's just something that I think is an additional security issue, that you don't have people that don't work here anymore.
Oh, yes. So
coming
I
back.
do, I for Public Works, I do have the codes or the access to delete and give out codes for doors. So yes.
Doors
What-
and other stuff like.
Correct.
Like the update, the equipment that needs updating.
Yes.
There was an issue before, this happened once before, and we went over it. I think it was Jim Bridges telling me about it, or Wheats, one of the two. I talked to them both that day, and And they said this has happened once before and there was a boil issue.
Mhm.
You know, they had to go in and take care of this quite a while back.
And that I'm not appraised of. So, I mean, I appreciate that and I can do more follow-up on it.
And they said that it would be time for an update, like you were saying. Some of this stuff needs to be updated, and I forget the guy's name. Jim, that put in the Scadia system. And he walked everyone through it on the last one on how to get back in there and how to make it work again. And so it's very involved, I understand. But this is something we can't really afford to have happen.
So just to, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to take the meeting over because I know, you know, we're.
Well, let's just,
So,
wrap up the
if you would like,
conversation.
you guys are more than welcome to stop by. I can give you a cost estimate. I did reach out for an estimate to update our SCADA. If you like, you're more than welcome to stop by and I'd be happy to have a chat with everybody. Obviously not together, but one at a time. So my office ain't very big, but yes, I would love to update you and let you know how better we're gonna get this fixed.
Yeah, I did
Sorry.
request the telemetry reports. Is that what you were referring to?
Pardon me?
The telemetry reports?
Not necessarily. It's just the whole system, you know, you go through it and the way things are set up. When I was told that Hugo's the only one with the
phone access, correct. He is the one right now because
he's the only one with the phone access and, you know, so he's headed for Grandview and gets hit by a train, then what do we do?
Nope.
no.
You're very
Knock on
right.
wood there.
Yes,
Well,
but
it's not
I
gonna
mean,
happen.
I will definitely talk to.
We do have to plan for everything, so.
One of mine, so
Thank
he's
you.
too smart for
Yeah.
that.
He went to the.
I will.
Knock on wood on that.
I will.
Thank you,
I will look
Hector.
into that. Sorry.
Yeah, so, thank you, Mr. Haley, for bringing this up. I did have a few questions, and so I'm sure there's going to be some follow-up discussion around that and make sure we have some better guardrails in place to make sure we prevent this moving forward. So, I will go ahead and hand it over to you for city manager reports. I don't know if you did an update for the next upcoming council meetings. If not, then we can revisit that.
No, Cameron, short version?
Sure.
We ran 99 calls and participated about 23 hours of training. It was a good week.
Wow.
Corey?
Uh,
Okay. Rob?
Real quick, we did have an arrest at graduation. I sent that out in a weekly report. There was also a press release related to that. Foundation Golf Tournament's July 16th. Hit me up if you're interested. Silent auction associated with that. The Police Foundation is going to donate to the pool on July 4th for the Lions Club. And we're doing a bunch of training right now on a new ticketing system. The state's changing over to statewide. So we had a bunch of people in training at the fire department today. That's all I got.
Okay, upcoming, next council meeting, we'll be talking about some additional contracts that I have in mind. And after that will be a workshop. Now that date has been rescheduled because it falls on a holiday. So I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's still scheduled for the Monday of the 6th. But that'll be a workshop meeting.
Says regular meeting on the agenda.
It should be a workshop?
Should be a workshop.
Okay.
And no meeting after that, because then it's June 22nd, and then there's still another Monday before we come into July. Is there a meeting then?
We don't have.
We skipped over to, I was looking at the calendar.
You give them a break.
So,
My understanding is that whenever there's a fifth Monday, there is no meeting.
Okay, and then upcoming Monday, there's no meeting?
no, it's our off week.
Okay, so then, okay, I get it now.
Off, air quotes.
Okay,
And then the 13th would be.
so we get 2 free Mondays this
Yay.
month.
We have 5
Well, look at
Mondays this
that.
month.
Yay. Don't go too crazy.
I won't know what to do.
I'm going fishing.
Sorry,
Bring us-
Mr. Haley,
bring us
sorry,
back-
we
bring us back some
interrupted.
bass.
Some halibut.
That's all for now, folks.
So for now.
Asking how.
Okay, council. Is there any further business for the good of the order? Hearing none, is there objection to adjourn? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and adjourn us now at 8:41 PM. Thank you, everybody.
So.
Way to hang in there.